Me with OG and Team Vitality.
Do we start the same dialogue? Overpass, T-side,
T-side,
4 rounds.
nice.
Let's not do that again. Let's see what happens here. And let me state the obvious for everybody playing at home. The AWP is on both of these teams. ZywOo and Dexter, the highest rated players for both of their teams on this very map, are going to be the most influential figureheads as we see Dexter having an opportunity to take a little bit of a peek there towards the T stairs. Has spotted out some info and is currently holding this A bomb site on his lonesome. It's the other 4 of OG. We're dotted over towards the B bomb site right now in somewhat forward positions. They can crawl forward for info if Dexter starts to feel a little bit of pressure, and that pressure should be coming as they've been able to make their way up long. Buzzing bees coming noisily.
Yeah, but Dexter's looking to take a sting or 2 out of the equation. He's got nothing done. A bit of chip damage, but ZywOo puts his name in the feed early.
And that's a head-to-head right there. That, look, I don't know how much we're going to see, but those are the 2 names that are going to be finding impact for both of their teams here.
Yeah, Fiku needed 1, and the flash is so good. This is a very well-drilled pistol right now. Information gained, and more frags from ZywOo. A second into the Fiku's head. Already niko dead, and this one is locked in. Spinx holding that rotation. He'll find himself his first pair of frags, and it's flames. Mr. Jackson gets nothing done. Vitality get 1, and it's the T pistol no less. We've discussed it, and that's influential.
Now look, the opener helps there, but I love the execute. You can see the smoke that lands to the left-hand side of the dice box and removes any of the CTs who could be in bathrooms or divider taking a fight as they cross towards the site, taking truck, and then you see the drop-down smoke, as well as the molly towards the truck position. So they've eliminated a lot of positions the CTs could be in, they've isolated certain fights, and they've also been able to get completely into the site without having to worry about fights on the 180. So really nice pistol around there from Vitality, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and hinging off of getting long as well. Long with Glocks, you know, a good USP, an active one at least could have destabilized that, but yeah, it works out wonderfully. As soon as they get that territory, typically it's only someone in Dexter's kind of long toilet position. And yeah, the rest just falls into place.
This is an interesting little stack, isn't it?
Speaking of long toilets, they've found the whole team there. Just Dexter going to be jumping for the info on the flank, and you can see around that corner you get a very rude shock.
Well, they might be the ones who are in for a shocking finish here because Vitality are likely going to waltz in towards B. Spinx has had control of water for the majority of this round so far. He's got Magics along for the ride, and they're going to walk that AK of ZywOo in and through as Apex will be setting them up with some utility of his own here. So there they go, deploy, smoke towards heaven, flashes in, Dupree to entry with the MAC-10, creating that space, and that's the round. So it's going to be the 2-0 start for Vitality here. Very easy stuff. Now it's just about making sure they don't give over too many bodies. But if you want to put the conversation for OG, oh, how many does he get?
Ooh, 3. 1, 2, 3. And Apex does go down. Lots of cash. Happy with that.
You read the script this morning.
I did. I was there for the table read, man.
Yeah. Okay, well, that should be about it for this Fiku. Maybe wants to farm up a little bit more, see if he can grab a kill on this MAC-10, get himself a little bit of a bonus, but going to get led in the face. Spinx will find the final frag.
Tell you, Mals were really not happy about the Overpass part of the script.
No.
You're telling me we have to veto what?
So we have to lose
we have to Vertigo.
Then we're going to lose to Big. Oh, Rugger's not behind them. It's Kakafu who's behind them today.
Okay, the Samurai.
Okay, that's interesting. Maybe I missed the memo. Rugger's, maybe we can investigate. We can get some of the analysts down the green room to see if they can suss this one out. Maybe Rugger isn't here with them. I'm not sure. I've been slouching a little bit on my...
Let's investigate.
Yeah, let's do exactly that. As first gun round now, and niko's going to be operating here with an SMG. It's a 4-man A start from Vitality. niko towards connector. Neofrag forward with a fight. Dexter and Flames along for this fight, and they will have ZywOo to deal with here. But, well, actually, they found the path of least resistance. They're in towards B.
Fiku's really in trouble.
He's faku'd right now.
Yeah, he is faku'd, and he's done well to get Dupree. ZywOo should have his number, if not Spinx. There it is. Lovely find. Good build into the site, and the rest is locked down. We mentioned ZywOo's name. He was actually catching anyone that dares try and push that fountain position. He keeps their CT's feet planted. Neofrag trying to get aggressive, and this is so detached from the fight, and ZywOo's so sharp on the AK. Leaves only 2. niko and Dexter have managed to get themselves through short, but into the site, a different question. Long range MP9 does batch of 1 and a good spray.
Hello, Alex.
There's something to be said about
and
this
ZywOo ain't here.
Yeah, they know he's going to have to walk through that smoke eventually, but the kit on niko is everything. He has a smoke as well. niko, where are you going?
I'm just worried about the flank from ZywOo. The round is feeling done. They're just trying to find ZywOo right now. The round's over.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
damn.
A curious one.
Curious indeed, sir. It's a 3rd round for Vitality, and no real sweat on the brow. It may feel nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I promise it's not.
Okay. Well, a fun start to this one right here, isn't it? All right. Well, I'm going to settle in for this one. Hopefully we got some twists and turns. Maybe we're going to get majority T-halves won here on Overpass today. Anything is plausible and possible in this wonderful world that we're living in here. And we'll just be a couple of deagles around these saved rifles. So there's still a chance for OG to make some traction. See, Neofrag, he is going to be the A rifler alongside of Dexter's AWP once we finally get it out. That'll be the duo trying to lock down the A side of the map. Over towards B, you're going to have the likes of niko, Flames, and of course Fiku here. It's all right, we've got some tradesmen in our room, setting up some lights, having a bit of a chit-chat, doing all the fun stuff. It's good fun in here.
Having a pie.
Yeah.
An argument, maybe. I don't know.
There's a conversation going on, that's for sure. We could put the mic on them, let them have a talk. As nothing has really happened in the first 45 or so seconds in this round.
Which surely you'd imagine favors the CTs who are just hoping to have all of their pieces in the right place. Right now, very spread out. That's a shame. Dexter meets Magisk.
Can you believe niko left G2 for this?
Yeah. And I can't believe he got rid of the capitalization after that deagle miss.
Yeah,
he was like, I don't deserve it. I'm not a capital N kind of guy anymore.
I can bring it back, but I'll have to do a bit of proving here. The ZywOo, where do you want to go? Well, anywhere I want. I'm in bathrooms on my own with an AK against some upgraded pistols.
He just gets to play his game. And Fiku is not interested in letting ZywOo play it out. It's going to be an AK falling into Neofrag's hands. So now we've got 3 rifles on the CT side, but a lost sight. What's the toss-up here? Is this going to be a full all-in, or is this going to be a little pokey proddy?
It's max loss bonus in the next round, so they'll be able to buy regardless. So have a crack, have a look, see what you can find.
Flames is calling for some flashes. He's going to throw out one of his own. Second in, and down. Magisk again builds into the round. Another fantastic one from the Dane. It's Fiku as well. Oh! Neofrag 2, and now Apex has to clutch. This is brilliant, but that could be 2. Apex sprays down all 3 and holds on to this run on the T side from Vitality. 4 on the trot. OG, they thought they'd done it. Apex denies. And it felt like there's a lot of the heavy lifting had been done to get to that point. OG, that one's a little bit bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, frustration there for sure, not being able to pull that one off after working so hard for it. And that was even after the opening death going against them onto Dexter with the boost. So a great little round there. Here it is, that opening I was just talking about. Dexter gets sideswiped. Mad just continues to ward them off here, but some great shooting from Fiku and Neofrag combined here. It's good to see those 2 names in the feed early in this one here. But Apex, another name that if he's getting hot like that, it will help him actually lead. And I know that sounds crazy, but there are some in-game leaders out there. Actually, no, all in-game leaders. You could talk to any of them. If they're fragging and feeling the game, Clutch is maybe a little bit of a different story here. But if they're getting the room, their calls are going well, and they're also fragging, it's very, very scary at that moment.
It is. I mean, yeah, the Vitality roster. And you heard from Zonic, you know, Trace just grabbing a quick interview with the coach of Vitality and just saying that, you know, spirits are high. He is even suggesting that nothing could get Apex down. I like Yanko's take to just wait, you know, lose a couple of ecos, because the man is certainly a flamboyant leader, but also certainly can't seem to hide the emotions. It's high highs, it's low lows.
He's been working on it.
He claims. So he claims.
I've been meaning to go to the gym as well, so...
yeah, does that count as working on it?
I think so.
Zach Nades, bringing him back. It does seem like it's fallen out of favor. Very rare to see that frag come through these days.
Now, on our B stream, we also have Cloud9 getting in the server, right? We'll see if they have the same kind of gusto behind them as what we saw from Big, or if they are indeed dead on arrival, like you guys were discussing in your little 1xBet prediction piece. They are taking on MIBR right now, another Brazilian representative. And we've got another one of those coming up after this, Fnatic versus Furia. Another best-of-1 bout on the mainstream, as this has been another slow approach to the default spread. Spinx about to fight niko. Flash is good, frag is better, and that's an opener. I mentioned that ZywOo, highest-rated player for Vitality, is Matt. Well, Spinx, he's right behind him.
Okay, run boost in the dead ZywOo. Flames, a real opportunity here to convert and keep the round interesting. A double kill on long. Completely knocks Vitality's territory down a peg. Apex going to be throwing a long-range smoke to heaven. To somewhere else.
Yeah, it was an attempt.
It's an alternate version. But this does make things awkward, especially now. Flames already contributing heavily. Doesn't want to give his life away for free. It's Neofrag and Fiku that lock down their site. And there you have it, OG. off of the back of that double spray, secure themselves their first.
All right. Well, there's a question as far as Vitality's money goes because of the close nature, especially that Apex 1-on-3 scenario, right? So it's actually put Vitality in a weird spot regarding their buy. Now, I would expect them, because of the loss bonus situation, to fully invest here. And as I take a little bit of a look, I can see purchases coming through, but it will not be a full investment whatsoever. You can see Magisk getting himself into the AK-47. And, well, everybody else just with some upgraded pistols. Spinx, however, just on a Glock. So I always found a safe haven between the mollies.
Between two flames.
Well, it's going to turn quite quickly here, isn't it? A good early start. It's a similar conversation with Big. They've already got 4. That's what you're looking for par for the course. Now it's about how many more can you get, and it will be a long half ahead of us here.
Yeah, and I don't expect to see the immediate conversion back. I mean, that would be such a heartbreaker for OG. This is supposed to be theirs, and certainly now with Magisk, one of the only threatening presences with the AK-47 and the armor. Dupree to perhaps pick it up should he fall, but he's been chipped away out with that shot through the smoke. You can see the angle adopted by niko as well. Has got complete control of short.
Doesn't feel like they're going to get much done here, does it?
Not really. I mean, you know, ZywOo's alive, so there's always that element to consider, but Fiku, he is really locking it down. He's playing it well, activates, more aggressive, and keeps on, well, hunting, actually. Going to take a clean tap to the dome. Nice find for the third. And put ZywOo only the deagle in his hand. And looking like OG are going to get themselves that spotless conversion. Not a single point of damage done to them.
It's going to feel really good for the confidence with a round like this, especially knowing you likely could have won that 1-on-3 against Apex as well. So a clean sheet here. Chance to try and build back into things. Fiku. We'll get 4 within a round on the eco.
We've 4 letters, and we've been struggling with him today.
Yeah, Faku, Fiku.
Fiku, what?
That's
not that.
Yeah, definitely not that. As we will look to get back underway here with a buy round from Vitality. Now, poor Mr. Magisk is going to have to operate with the Tech 9. He put that AK in, he didn't get anything done with it. And now he has to suffer the consequences of trying to cause a couple of financial woes. And this really isn't a great buy for Vitality. They're missing key pieces of utility. So I'm interested to see what they call, and Heavy Connector is the play. Look at the fight in the face. Flames with 2, Dexter with 1 more. This one looks done already.
That's mad. I mean, we know CT aggression, but look at this everywhere across the map. Spinx caught out or not. Quick one, quick work, quick trade. niko will catch him before he could elope, but it's put ZywOo into a 1 versus 3. Now he has the bomb, and he has the awareness of a god! That is stupid! He's gotten away with 1, but not the round. Damn, straight to Dexter's face. You said it's a head-to-head we're going to be seeing. We've got the pistol, now that one. I think Dexter's starting to feel ZywOo's presence.
I love that in-your-face counter-strike from OG, though. Hey, how about we just run down Connector and dry swing? Yeah, why not? I'm Flames. I'll get 2.
Jumping.
Check this one. Look at this. Bang! Hits the deck, sees 3. Dexter there perfectly puts that one in. Great round. Really good stuff. You gotta love that. We want the slaps and the screams. Well, I haven't heard too many screams from down there just yet, but the slaps, they're audible. That's one thing. Look at it, consistently OG with 3-man A starts as well. So they're putting a lot of faith in niko and Fiku towards B.
Understandably so, considering how well they've passed these first few tests. It's Apex's scout, the Notorious.
Dexter's missed 3 shots. That's unusual. I don't say that very often.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that one.
I actually, yeah, that's never come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Dexter missed 3 shots.
Well, now you said it twice.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Not as exciting anymore.
Well, it's good that we got ZywOo the best in the game here today.
ZywOo.
He's having a good year so far.
Oh man, I was actually double checking the stat sheet for him. He's head and shoulders above the competition right now. For a year well played.
You're saying he has dandruff?
I don't remember what I said.
Head and shoulders.
Oh. I was like, how have we gotten here?
They're only taking heads right now. Neo frag with 2.
OG are shampooing on them.
Yeah, well, a bit of conditioning there from ZywOo.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, Chad. It'll all wash out in the wash. How does the expression go? It's not that.
I guess it'll all wash out.
In the wash? No, but in the wash is part of that sentence.
It'll all come out in the wash?
Thank you. That's the badger.
Okay. All right.
That's the badger. What is the origin of that one? Joe Miller told me that one.
Well, that could come from anywhere, couldn't it?
Maybe he made that up.
Spinx and ZywOo.
Yes,
2
sorry.
on 4. I'm going to bring this one home with some play-by-play. 15 seconds left on the clock. ZywOo scout at the ready. Spinx needs to crack this one open, but Dexter will take him in flames with the final. That's going to be 4-4 on the scoreboard right now. Beautiful stuff for OG to tie things up, as they are getting their way back into things. And there's not even a conversation anymore about, where's Nexa? I don't even say that anymore. Because every team's doing it. Someone's not playing. I'm not going to ask the question anymore. Niko's here, he's in-game leading. Let's get with it.
Get with the times, man.
Yeah, Niko, the in-game leader.
Niko, the IGL, and often, described as somewhat of a savant in that category in terms of strategies and never, ever forgetting a strat.
He doesn't forget anything, yeah, no. Apparently. Now, what a grenade.
Yeah, that's not bad,
Holy moly, red beans and ravioli. Dupree's down to 45 points of health. He hasn't even seen anybody yet. And this is really interesting because OG have done so many heavy A-leans in the early few gun rounds that they've been winning that right now they've opened up with Dexter going aggressive short. We saw this from Torji. He can just post up here. Anybody crosses this line of sight, and the only player to maybe do it could be Apex or Spinx to cross on back. But Dexter can stay here and keep on farming and fishing if he'd like. I think he's felt better at that. Wants to take the AWP towards Connector. Has a duel available here.
Okay. Dupree going through the motions beautifully. Dexter, however, onto Magus. Keeps it level. Spinx off the flash, has a look. And again, this is the angle Fiku seems to profit from time and time again. It's Dupree, though. 2 in this round. He's kept Vitality afloat. Bomb is on its way towards the wide open A site. Rotations required.
Flames didn't look ready for that at all.
No, not at all. I think this is just the Dupree clears. He had very, very slight tip of the balaclava. You can see on the crouch crab clear.
Oh, this is so hard for OG now because Dupree is very far forward. They don't know exactly where he is. The bomb to be planted. ZywOo still towards Connector. Smokes and Molly still in play for both teams.
I mean, I don't see a universe where Dupree gets them both, but one would be sufficient. There it is. Oh, perfect. Apex will burn him. Still a 2-on-2, and they've got util to spare. Drop that smoke. He's trying to play the time, understandably so.
Dexter's coming Connector here, and ZywOo was still just considering it.
Yeah, time really light on. Looks like Dexter's a bit too slow on this one. He might be able to contribute 1, but it would require Niko to be quick on the draw.
It's over now.
And it is over now. Apex has found him with the Galil. Dexter might lose it all here. ZywOo played it so well. The angle management on the clear, and they take it all away as Vitality convert another T round.
I'm not sure what just happened there. I was watching ZywOo's POV. He got the kill into Dexter, who had the AWP. He didn't pick the AWP up, then started running back to pick the AWP up after he was too far away.
Oh?
So, I'm curious. Wait. Moving away from the bomb, coming back, not getting it.
Good catch, Jan.
So, I was surprised not to see him scoop it up immediately there. We know that E can be a little bit funky sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's really, it can be a bit of a cruel mistress.
To be fair, ZywOo doesn't need it, but T-side game plan on a map like Overpass, especially when you know you're going up against Dexter, who's going to have it time and time again, it'd be nice to have. Because it's ZywOo, whatever. I'm not gonna be too concerned about it. Same as if I was talking about Simple, right? These two are just as good with rifles as they are with the AWP.
We've already seen how good, a 6 plus 6. That makes no sense. A 6 or more T-side haul on Overpass can be converted. Yeah. You just saw how helpless Mao's were. The hole we were referencing before. And so it would have been nice to have him on the AWP perhaps, but as you can see,
doesn't need it.
It really wasn't necessary. He's caught Nero frag with his pants around his ankles.
And they went for another 3-man start over towards A here, and ZywOo's already dealt with 1, which is going to leave them in a whole lot of hot water here.
But Fiku always gets 1. And just a dink this time. Maybe it's Niko's turn. Shadows, bodies, dinks, but no frags. This is a perfect one from Vitality, springing to life for that 6th. And as always, ZywOo a nuisance. He's always in the right spot, right time. He's got that rotation held passively. No hope for these two.
It's really like it seems like such a luxury when you have a player like this. And ZywOo just default towards A, and you know that like they're not using him in the pack.
Yeah, but
it's crazy.
He's never gonna have like a silly death that. Well, I'm not saying never. Never say never, right? But it's very unlikely that he's going to concede a death that puts you into a dire mid-round. He can take that territory at his own discretion with his own perception, and he's so well drilled at that yeah, it seems just more often than not, it gives such a luxury to Apex. I mean, I imagine when you have IGL brain, if you could have a player you just sent that way and said, report back / win the round.
Kind of gets it on two sides of the map, though, because if he can send ZywOo over towards A just to hold over towards Playground, he can also send Spinx over towards Water. Like, Spinx is a very good outside B player.
They'll do both of that,
Right, and they're the two star players of this team. And you know what? On the CT side, they play together at A. When ZywOo, Spinx holding A, it's dupreeh and Magisk over towards B, and it's Apex as that rotating element for the team. So I know which bombs that I would probably be knocking on more if I was OG, but as we mentioned, in the previous game of Overpass, B is more susceptible early, so you do see teams do a lot more 4-man stacks. And now ZywOo is actually with Spinx over towards B here, so this is quite indicative that maybe there'll be more of a pressure point over towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, Spinx, of course, bit of a jinx in that previous round, just dinks from Fico and niko. Flames loses the rifle. It's only Dexter saved AWP now, the rest just on the USPs and tapping away as he pleases. Apex looking for his 12th, here it comes. Down, and ooh, out he goes. It's ZywOo to convert the remaining 2. And I mean, Dexter's going to have a look at this. He's already taken down Spinx. One more and it's interesting, but ZywOo's not interested. 7, and they are feeling themselves now. We talked about 6+. Or I tried to, anyway, but now we do see 7 already in the bank for Vitality. That hole, we're starting to see it be dug. Vitality putting OG 6 feet under.
Now, Banks is reported in here, which is perfect.
Oh, lovely.
Banks is on our interviews. He's the reporter. It's actually, this is, couldn't have worked out better.
You could say he's doing his job.
He's actually nailed this. He said that Vladdy is the manager of OG, that Rugger is at home, and they decided to try Kakafu for this event. And that Kakafu is the analyst for the team. So, you know, he's with them all the time. It's not like they've just picked a random guy. It's just a guy that maybe you don't all see. Kakafu, he was involved with Big for a little while there as well, so it's a name that we're familiar with. And Neofrag finds 1, Dexter 2, and that's the superstars in the dirt. Okay,
now I'm intrigued as to how far they can get without them. They've lost essentially 2 of their 3 paddles. Let's see if they can get out of this creek. Oh, Apex, lovely find on niko just as he looked away. Apex really has farmed up some frags in this first half. He's actually at the top of the scoreboard with that one, and there's an opportunity gonna miss. Through the smoke, he does concede, and they got so much time. Felt like he had to walk through that smoke, thought he had a gap perhaps.
That's one of the, I would say, the biggest critiques that people have of Apex, that it feels like he tries to do too much. And look, if that's you have to reel it in. I feel like that is maybe one of the better critiques to have.
Yeah.
You know, just calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
But look, the fact he draws 1 back here is okay. dupreeh could have had that kill towards Neofrag. Only doing 52 points of damage there. And well, now I think damage is probably name of the game. Bomb dropped down towards short. Just dupreeh now. They know where he was. With 40 seconds left on the clock, this is going to be the 5th round for OG. Should we just listen to what the arena sounds like? I'm going to take one ear cup off. I'm just going to have a listen. We're going to see what's going on out there. Because Cloud9 are also playing MIBR right now. Oh, the birds are nice. I didn't know we let birds inside here.
Just a few.
Yeah, okay. It's very quiet.
It is. Well, I mean, it is. It's always a bit spooky. You know, we get that rare opportunity to kind of get to linger in empty stadiums. You know, it always feels it always feels like this weird kind of dichotomy of like, it feels like there should be thousands of people here, but it's just me.
Yeah, and the weird thing from our position as well, we have a really nice spot. We can see down to where the player booths are, and it's such a different environment. Normally we're in like a hotel conference room or something like that, but now we're on the floor of the venue. I can see FaZe. FaZe are down there setting up. You can see Cloud9, MIBR, and then this would be 9Z down this end right here. And I guess that means that Fnatic and Co. I can see Samuelson. They're setting up on the other side. So yeah, we get to kind of soak it all in.
We've never done this. Oh, I don't remember seeing this before.
No,
like,
I don't.
It's
I don't
cool.
think so
like
either.
a whole group stage just in the center of the arena that will.
You get to look out from your position at either the stage that's built or the empty arena, which
looks cool, man.
Kind of different.
Let's have a little sit back down and have a look at round 13. Early damage inflicted. Magus working slowly on the underpass. But 3 and Bomb leaning towards Monster side.
I just need to correct. Kakafu is not the analyst. He is the assistant coach. Crispy is the analyst.
Okay, important distinction to be made there.
My apologies.
I think he's more assistant to the coach.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
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 Puts it up the nose. Flashes them through. And they are walking on into trouble. Ahead of the smoke now. niko. Oh, that's a big frag to find. Delivers the first. ZywOo gone. A huge scalp to post, and it was the bomb carrier as well. So this already
Got to get that one back, don't you?
Bit of a leg up, yeah, looking to retrieve it, knocking on the neighbor's door. Excuse me, sir, have you seen my ball? One back from Spinx, bomb lost, bomb still a problem, and so is Neofrag. Unloads his magazine, does opt for the reload, gets it done in time, but loses his life in the process. Now Dupree, Apex, partner up, Magus to close, one and done. Dexter takes the fight. You can see Magus was in two minds as to whether he wanted to hold that or try and slip away from the AWP, but Dexter quick to take the fight, and that will be 6 for OG. This is damage control right now. Yeah, they are just trying to stop this hemorrhage. 7 is already a huge haul. It needs to be 8.
Good way to summarize it, right? Damage control, right? I think here they should... Oh, I was going to say they should be sitting pretty for a 7th round to be able to tie things up, but Vitality have actually decided to go all in here. So they fully purchase what they can, which manifests in 3 AKs and 2 Deagles as we just recap that round there. Good stuff from Dexter to close that pressure one-on-one. So the Deagles are actually in the hands of Spinx and ZywOo, and the fight is in the face of Neofrag. So that's great. Dupree will get his 5th, and there's a rifle now to be picked up for one of these star players on the Vitality side of the server. You can see here, B-Stream update, MIBR versus Cloud9 on Ancient. If you want to check that out, just put a B at the end of the current Twitch URL. There's also YouTube available. But look, considering that Vitality already have 7, and I don't want to speak too soon, I want you to hang around with us and enjoy the second half, but this is Vitality's game to lose now.
And I think they'd be telling themselves the same thing. Probably not out loud, but certainly internally.
Okay, well, the number advantage now letting the seeds of doubt start to creep into OG. Where exactly are they? Well, niko in a forward position can...
He loves this.
Yeah, and the thing is, with him so forward and being the in-game leader, he's basically that boy stack A. So and you can see the OG have obliged. You've got Dexter, Flames, and Fiku to lock down the A bomb site here. Now, with 35 seconds left, I don't think Spinx...
Spotted some shadows. And delivers on the first. Still 20 bullets to go. Mayhem unlocked for the first, but not more. Instead, it's Fiku with a lot of bodies heading his way. Apex holding that flank and just in the nick of time catches niko. And so there is another, extending their lead. We talked about damage control. Well, yeah, damage and velocity continues for Vitality.
I was just looking as well. Spinx, they didn't use him to go on in as a feeler. He did end up walking into B, so he conveyed that nobody was in B site, which meant that Apex would keep watching the flank, and when they took the A site, they'd be expecting another player close by. So his information did assist in them finding that 8th round. And 9, very possible here. Whatever OG can afford here, it's going to be the force buy for the final round. It's a 4-man A start with Fiku solo B.
Boost. Oh,
beautiful.
Flawless.
Beautiful.
That is, I mean, there is...
Textbook.
Yeah, that's the word. Textbook, exactly. You know, give it 10 more years, and when the textbooks are being written, we will discuss establishing a perfect utilization of the only rifle in play.
And that also is... Vitality don't really know exactly what this buy looks like, but they do know that there were multiple members in Connector, and it's a great reroute here. Fiku, I'm sorry, bud, but if you get more than one here, that's impressive work.
God, that's very intimidating.
And very good use of the smoke fade right there.
Oh, gets the info safely. Flash could be good. Turning. Yes, headshot's good. Fiku gets 1.5, but nothing from niko. Could have perhaps made a competitive one out of that instead.
Quick flank.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 of them. Neofrag right behind Dexter. Perhaps he could catch them with space here. Dupree's not going to be hearing them if they do hit their walk keys now. Dexter, oh, wow, the angle from ZywOo just catches him off guard. The reposition, perfect.
Cheeky.
He's just playing this game in a different plane.
I love it though, right? That reposition and so quickly, didn't even hesitate.
And the crosshair for the crouch clear. Yeah. You know, your head is in the vice as soon as you get some contact. And so it does look like OG are going to be able to at least remedy the situation for 7. There's still a narrowly 1 out half, unless Flames' Deagle's got 2 more of those. He hasn't got the time for this. Doesn't have the kit for this. And there it is, secure 9 on the T side. OG in the hole, in trouble, in hot water. We'll take a break and come back to see if there's anything they can do to get out of this. Living the Vita Loca, Vitality, loving life, 9 in the bank. OG need to step it up. And you can see Daniel Jackson there, formerly known as Flames, now an on-site reporter.
A long way from the west coast of England.
He certainly is, Chad. He certainly is. Wales, we call that.
What a character.
Absolutely, yeah. It is so good to see how so many different human beings gathered to celebrate and compete in the game we know and love. Let's go. Second half. OG, I'm going to say it, Chad, and I'm going to mean it.
Oh, is it a very important pistol
It's a
round?
very important pistol, Chad.
That indeed. As we have a bit of a carbon copy. This time it'll be Spinx over towards A. Dexter was doing the
They're
duties.
doing the Vitality.
And,
wait, didn't they have 2 smokes?
Yes, they did,
Yeah.
and a molly. This is a P250 for the Dexter, and well, a smoke and a flash for Niko, but through the upper bathroom is a very common approach. They're loud about this, and they'll allow Dexter to search. And they
Wait, this is the round the world. We call this one.
Yeah, well, they want to clear it out and make sure there's no aggressive CT maneuvers, but where they stop, nobody knows.
Oh, no. There's a new chapter to the round the world. It's round the world and back again.
Well, do they go towards B? No, back towards A. Okay, so we've cleared out long, we've cleared out upper bathrooms, we've cleared out connector. Now we can start our crawl forward. Well, guess what's happened in the meantime? Spinx has company. Dupree and Apex have joined him, and Apex actually has a Hanky and a flash for good measure. No defuse kit for the CT side, so keep that in mind. Here they come.
And there they go. Dupree escorts Fiku off the premises. And a nice chance for Dexter. Doesn't find the lethality he was hoping for with that P250. It's a good weapon for the job. And turning his back, still gets away. Dupree does lay down the law. And just like that, Vitality all delivered. I think it was
5 headies as well.
5 headshot strategy. It works very well for the 10th there. And this thing's going to get very awkward very quickly for OG. This best of 1, very cutthroat, and of course a lower bracket awaiting the loser of this one.
And that's the problem, right? Only 3 teams from each group, and we find ourselves in Group B right now, will have an opportunity to be in the playoffs here in Rio for 2023. And if you drop to the lower bracket, only 1 team from each group of the lower bracket can make it on through, right? So staying in the upper bracket, especially in the best of 1s, to get to the best of 3s, you heard Dexter saying it's important for them to win this best of 1 to show what they're capable of in the best of 3s. Well, this is going to be a very difficult comeback indeed, as we do see all 5 of them parked outside B right now. They're going to be walking into the Lion's Den as Dupree shoots off a couple of shots. He'll get the support of Magus, the Danish combo to lock things down. And, well, actually, Apex is here to drop 20 frags so far. He's having a bit of a game thus far. Even had a nice 1-on-3 clutch within that first half of play. Another relatively clean one right there. Now, I wonder how often they go knocking on the door of B, because Dupree, he's actually started to get himself into the game. He's got 9 kills, 6 assists, but Magisk has been quite quiet as well. He's only on 6 frags. And not that they were needed in any crazy fashion, but they are the B defenders. So if you're OG, is that a target? Because as we mentioned, Spinx and ZywOo will be holding A.
Do you reckon we could get a loop of the paw? Start running that day too? Just,
sure.
Just to bring back that group stage feel?
Why not?
Okay.
Oh
man, Fiku. He's
ZywOo
doing...
and Spinx dead.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's done that before. I think, you know, when it comes to hunting scalps and winning the head-to-heads, I mean, Fiku's actually head and shoulders above the entire server bar Apex. And here comes Apex, the aforementioned hero. 21 now as the second not going to be allowed. Flames quick to the head and just Magisk and Dupree, so that double Dane not going to be getting too much in the way of a 7th here. It should be OGs every day of the week.
They'd have to really screw this one up, wouldn't they? They still have 3 smokes. They have the number advantage, the weapon advantage. Magisk has made his way up.
One-way info? It might have been. Yeah, Dexter was not prepared for that fight. Does manage to convert 1, but he paid such a heavy price.
Yeah.
He should be dead and is. Dupree, what have you got? Oh my god, there's a chance. A small chance, an opportunity. 1 more bullet, and it was a 1v1. Oh, and he would have had the bomb. The world at his fingertips if he had that one, Chad.
Well, he might be able to delay the plan at Dicebox right now if he throws out the molly. Yeah, that is a firework. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ah.
And saving the famous.
Were you guilty of ever video recording a fireworks display?
In Malta, it'd be hard to not.
Yeah,
you know how often the fireworks are going off.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why I was doing it, especially when phones, you know, back in the day, phone quality cameras were just...
No.
What was I doing?
And what is the deal with fireworks anyway?
What do you mean, what's the deal?
Well, you've seen one set of fireworks, you've seen them all.
All right, mate. That's like saying, you know, you've seen one... Wait, hang on. Like, that's like saying if I Google an image of the Taj Mahal, it's like going there.
What? No.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, what? So I've seen one firework. That means that every single firework, like the backyard rocket I bought for
No, but I mean a
Fiverr.
firework display.
Yeah, I'm talking a professional, beautiful.
Yeah, well.
Have you seen the drone stuff they're doing now? Don't even need all the
That's
gunpowder.
a bit cooler.
Yeah, you think that's cooler?
I think so.
Okay.
Robots.
Robots. I saw that.
Here's a robot. Bang!
Yeah, robotic headshots out of Fiku Flames as well, making sure that nothing awkward was going awry.
I don't know what Dupree did with why even threw the incendiary like that. Why throw it at all?
It kind of gave it gave it all up.
Say, oh yeah, well we knew where he was, and now he's thrown a bit of a wiffle ball.
A wiffle ball for sure. And so we strap in for OG looking to replicate. And actually, it's a necessity. We do need to see them string together consecutive rounds now or never. Magic's got a geeky lineup for that HE. Look at that, deep towards the stairs on the descent. Doesn't find anything with it. They're walking through on the fade here. Flames brave. Playing off the flash. Going fast. Looking for the headshots. Major's hidden. Look at this. Perfect hiding. Okay, Flames is mad. Nice trade. Niko double. Needs a third. A massive one from the Dane.
Really nice round. And look at Neofrag. He's already the front of A. So no matter what Vitality do right now, they are screwed. They are pinched.
Oh man, I thought things were only going to get worse after I saw Flames struggling to open up the account, considering he was the first one in. But yeah, Niko was there just with the mop and bucket, cleaning up the rest of the mess.
And here comes the shark in the water. Neofrag will make sure they do not save anything here. The only way out is forward for Vitality. And ZywOo is starting to make his way down to join Spinx here. You can see he's tucked over towards the graffiti position. The round is all but secured here. There isn't a kit in the back pocket of either of these two, and well, here he comes, continuing to just be very diligent on the clears, Mr. Neofrag. Fiku and Niko will need to start to get out of dodge, and ZywOo looks somewhat aware that this could be a possibility, and he was. A great shot from Neofrag. ZywOo gone, just Spinx now, and he will survive. Okay, well, this is a pretty decent T-haul already here.
Yeah, well, there is the additional caveat, of course, of Vitality's haul being influenced by the 4 they got off the rip. Pistol, not so lucky for OG.
The thing here is, I know that a whole bunch of Apex's kills have been against ecos, right? Someone still has to get them. I acknowledge that. I'm not taking anything away from him, but him being 5 kills ahead of ZywOo right now, ZywOo hasn't even activated yet. ZywOo's not even joined the party here. He hasn't even joined the conference call. Yeah,
he's on his way, don't you worry. Spinx, nice 1.5, but the rest handled by OG. Was trying to be threatening, and for a moment it was, but you can see now the rest should fall into place for another. OG, this will be 3.
And taking a look at the loss bonus, 2,400 into the next round, there won't be an AWP available for ZywOo. So this game is going to get awfully close as far as the scoreboard reflects before we do see a full Vitality buy come out to play. It's still very early to have cause for concern here, but OG are making a case that this game isn't done just yet. And Dexter as well is not crazy activated either. He only has 11 kills to his name. And I was looking at the stats, and for OG in terms of Overpass games with Niko, there's not a whole lot on record. But in the few that they have, oh, there we go, mopping it up. Dexter on the T side finds an awful lot of impact as well. Okay. So, you know, wait and see once the big greens come out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very different game state once we get there. But for now, I mean, OG are doing everything that's required of them. And so is Apex. That's not too shabby. Finds the rifle. And even a cheeky Molotov for his trouble. So he's...
profit. Pure profit right there.
Yeah. PP, as we call that.
And Apex has got the biggest.
Certainly. The Apex Predator.
His crosshair is my favorite thing about him. Let me see if I can turn it on and show you what it's all about.
How big are we talking?
You know Henry's crosshair,
yeah,
right?
he's got one of them.
Yeah, he's got
the old man. He's got the old man.
He's got a Henry crosshair. Yeah, well, they're both sources. So, oh, hold up a minute. He's shrunk his crosshair.
Oh my! Well, no wonder he's at the top of the scoreboard.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Well, guys, okay, it's official. Okay, you can tell how good a player is by the size of his crosshair.
When did he change the size of his crosshair?
I mean, a lot of the best players do use dots these days.
That's true. They all got these little small
little squares.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I'll take it back. Apex he's in the modern world. He's refreshed his game.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with your game. I'd like to apologize, Apex.
Good stuff. Okay.
Game on.
No AWP still.
No, man. Magisk has got himself a scope in the form of the AUG. Interesting to see if that becomes... Usually that's for the jail hold, so I don't think we're going to be getting too much of that given the OG start. Instead, they're going to just be hesitantly starting their crawl through Fountain, heading for that toilet control. Banana there's so much uncertainty around this corner. You can see they're just going to go through the motions. Molly towards Guardian, hold and crawl.
Oh, interesting. You'd normally see a front bathroom smoke come into play when you're doing this type of map control, but they have so much room right now, and early as well.
It is ZywOo and Spinx, though, on this site.
Oh, take a look at Vitality and their economy of utility here, just holding onto these smokes, so they're going to try and block late. They will have to, well, get their feckles up momentarily because you can see this congregation of 4 Ts ready and raring to execute in towards this ace site.
But what they're hoping for is this boost to pay off and immediately the smokes will come out. But it depends on where this first contact's found.
Apex coming back now. That rotation will be hurt.
That's it. That's his chance. He's let it go. Oh, he sticks around. Spinx does convert. Now they need to get out of here. Rebounding, reboosting, refragging! Double from Spinx! And he's still not dead. Forced to reload, and that's another frag for Apex. Locked and loaded. Vitality pants the competition. Should be nothing here for Flames, and it's Apex to close, but look at the smile on his face. It's very cheeky to go for a reboost.
Audacious.
So you throw the smoke, you're assuming these two CTs are knife out, sprinting back, playing for the retake.
Yeah.
Instead, back up and over, and he makes good on his promise. It was a bit sketchy on that first spray onto Neofrag, but could not have done more to redeem himself.
Yeah, well handled at the end of the day there, wasn't it? So nice round, and it will actually force the first timeout out of OG. Curious to say, but they will be taking these 30 seconds to have a chit-chat with Kakafu, the assistant coach. Make sure I get that one right. But yeah, just you don't see that. Yeah. You don't see that very often. And Apog makes the rotate in and grabs himself another kill.
Assistant to the coach has managed to get themselves a nice 30-second breather. But 12-9 the score. And as you'd already said, this is going to be an interesting one. Still no AWP in play for ZywOo. Dexter's going to be pulling one out, though.
Yeah, and that has the chance to be a difference maker here. So let's see if they allow him to be the opener, or if Fiku or Neofrag can continue to try and take the liberties of this space. Spinx to ZywOo, double nades deep, down the gullet of Dexter, who copped an awful lot of damage. Flash over, Spinx to fight, blind, and the silence then fall with 2 quick kills. That is a great way to open up the round for Vitality. Yeah,
ZywOo, not only does he typically frag, he typically flashes. And that one, a good one. Double. Trouble, nice profit. Disadvantage for this OG 22, round 22. I'm just wondering as well if they can actually really screw the pooch here on Vitality. If they can flip the script on this one, there are 3 on B right now, but there's plenty of time for investigations to be made. You can see they're indecisive as to whether or not they can go up through connector. They have no information there at all. Dexter's just taking a little look from his... for himself.
Yeah, part of me is already thinking like save would be the best option here. It's only 1900 as the loss bonus into the next. There's too much time to just go for the save, so they will have a look for something. But Dexter's low from those nades. The AUG is going to grab one. Fiku kept back by the Flames. Sure, it's only a 3-on-2 situation, but how do you break into this?
Yeah, the flash was great. But maybe Fiku's got a bit of an element of surprise here. Yeah, Shadow sticking out like a sore thumb.
And this is where those problems start to really come into play, because you can take a look. Everyone can do the maths with me at home. If look at the left-hand side of your screen, you can see how much cash is available here. So for Fiku, add 1900. Flames the same. Dexter, well, if he saves, don't add anything. And if he goes down after time, that is worst-case scenario. And the blue dots on that radar are getting closer and closer. They've got about 13 or so plus seconds to make their way in for this. If they kill him after time, that's huge. That's the biggest thing they could get away with here.
Yeah, and that smoke will not be there for the rest of it. It seems like Apex isn't interested, nor is ZywOo.
Okay.
So, yeah, no worries.
They want to protect their economy here as well. I understand that. It just, you've left a beast with his preferred weapon, and Cloud9 with somewhat of a lead here.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, it looks like Ancient's been a bit of a all-out affair.
This is actually a timeout from Vitality here, so Zonic has opted to call this one. Just have a conversation about how they need to get this one across the line for the final 3 rounds of play.
Damn, what is going on with Insani? I just saw that at the end. 3-16 his score.
Oh dear.
Because he blew up onto the scene in Kato, like having, essentially playing the same, if not better, as he had in all of the lead up to his big Tier 1 debut. But yeah, he seems to be really getting his ass handed to him by Cloud9. And Cloud9, a huge question mark for the analysts when that discussion was being had. How can you possibly, after feeling like your kind of soul's been shattered, show up the very next day on a different continent? Degster, though, into Magisk, the boost. Established, erected, and successful. And that's one way to successfully facilitate the saved orb.
And if Dupree steps into this line of sight,
he wouldn't dare. He wouldn't.
But you know what didn't happen? The A players didn't push forward and take all the space off of the quad boost.
True.
They've actually kind of stayed like statues right now. So there's a fair opportunity here for OG to get into this round if Dexter finds another.
They erected it so quickly, though. It's not like there was too much time to react, and he does. Wow, what? They can't. You still can't really see a world where this...
Well, I can now.
You can now?
Yeah, I can.
There's 2 weapons, maybe one that you can actually pick up.
One you can't, but regardless, Dexter's still alive, right? And his AWP is very scary. So if it's a shot taken and he doesn't die, even if it's without the kill, he'll earn that respect. So it's likely Dupree will communicate the dink, but look at where Apex has gotten off to. So they've completely hedged the bets that, well, I suppose they're hoping it'll be an A play here. And if it is just a B finish, they'll concede the round. And they knew they were up against a saved AWP as well.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't know. You're only going to be frustrated after the fact that, oh yeah, of course they're going to do that. You know, like it's not something...
Well, there's only so many moves available.
Yeah, you could probably make a very short list.
Yeah, you could go down for connector for a pick if they were to over-aggress. You could just go T-stairs, but that tends to be mollied, so you'd need like a smoke and a flash.
Hold fountain for aggression, but why would you, as a CT, go there?
Yeah, you would need a little bit of util to help go against a lot of opening moves. The quad boost is one that they can't deny.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know the teammates are not going to be particularly useful with Glocks other than being a human.
I still can't work out why Dupree picked, especially considering that the other 2 players on the A side of the map were forward. They were in upper bathrooms and long. So I don't know what he was hoping to achieve. Like,
yeah, it's round defining. There's no doubt about it.
It's kind of like Torji when he over-peaked. It's not as bad. It's definitely not as bad. I don't see the whole game collapsing down because of this round. Did they find that? Oh, they found the gun. Okay, so they've picked up 2 M4s from this. 1 saved AWP. The power of the AWP in a beast like Dexter's hands. Like, it's great work.
I mean, but that is the kind of round that makes up for not winning either pistol. You know,
yeah.
That's the kind of round that immediately makes this a potential like OT, if not 16-14. And there's another timeout.
They just took a timeout.
Yeah, but I think this one is just, you know, a little bit of a slap on the wrist. And
this was a kick up the pants.
This is not done. This is not our win. And the vibes, they started so high. Like they were at a premium as Vitality took to the first half and had an incredible T-Hall. 9-6, I will reiterate and remind you, this is how quickly they established the boost. That is efficient.
148,
yeah,
wow.
That's fast.
That's
that is
really
incredibly quick. And Magisk, you know, he already thinks his boots are about to hit the ground, but they do. Stone cold. I can't quite process that one. We get to see it again.
It shouldn't have been Dupree playing for Info. That's the problem.
That's the only issue.
Because you've seen reactions of the other teams. Once the quad boost is identified, they just constrict A. They just bottleneck them so they can't get out of those T-stairs. So, look, likely not to be the end of the world here. They've had to expend some of the cash. ZywOo with the AWP. So the buy does come together here.
Not this time.
No, and that's the thing. If you're going to fool them with the same trick twice, you got to make sure you're slick about it. I love this position from Apex. He plays this an awful lot to just spam. Yeah, you can see. It's a nice little position to chip away. And also what it does is it buys these 2 a chance to push. You can see exactly where those bullets land.
Our observers are so good, aren't they?
Yeah, Russian MC. Flames? Flames is in B. So is niko. They have a lot of space. Molly right now going to hold Magic's back. Dupree's dead already.
Vitality lose this, Chad. Okay, Spinx, Magisk, keep it level, but still, this could shatter their economy. That gap will close, and Spinx needs to relocate. Flash for his teammate close. Apex reveals himself, and into Dexter's clutch as he goes. ZywOo, 1 back onto Fiku. Panicking a little. Uncertain as to where those CTs are coming from. A nice smoke to buy himself some time to reposition. He's got himself a little gap on that.
Not intentional, but he'll work with it.
Yeah, hold on. This gets weird. Both ways. Upon the fade. Neofrag versus Spinx. And despite the low HP, he still bests him.
Saw both, I think.
Dexter can come up clutch here. Low HP on Spinx. He's opted for the AK. It's the perfect weapon for the job to try and isolate into 1v1. ZywOo takes the AWP, and back turned, it will be Spinx. And you can see the smile on dupree's face, especially after seeing the way that went down. He did not want to see that gap close to, that could be 13-12.
I'm curious as well if that's a bit of a counter right there, because that spam coming on through and then just the walk dry out monster. You can see how quick niko and Flames just kind of sprung in towards the side. This was the
Did they miss?
second.
No crouch.
He slid off. He slid off the top right. The third player slid off, so he didn't get to stick that landing. Unfortunate there, but really well positioned from Spinx there. And a good round for Vitality to win. You can see how much that meant to them, and well, how much it meant to OG, who are now rocking 2 Mac 10s, Flames and niko. Maybe they'll try something similar here. Are they going to rock the same round? They're going to rock the same round.
Okay, well. SMGs. dupree. Dead. Need a trade. Oh no, double Dane's down, and already it's on Spinx. I need a multi-kill. He needs more than that. And he's on to niko for a second. Could need a third. Oh, okay, Spinx is heating up. Someone needs to put him down. Dexter obliges, but still a 1v2 for ZywOo. Looking fierce, looking focused. Gonna drop down as quick as he can. Silent.
Oh my god.
He's so good at this. Every map, nuke, overpass. They don't have a clue. Oh, barrel, and he can't hit the shot. Dexter nails it, saves them, and bails them out of trouble. That was compulsory for OG. And so with a crucial round under their wing, they now have a little bit of a let up of the gas. They can perhaps, certainly not relax, but take a deeper breath, as they have bought themselves another round likely on the card.
I love this from niko. It's like he's tethered himself to Flames because he knows the kid is sharp as hell, and he's kind of setting the tempo for him, and he's also offering himself up. That's the two of them in 2 consecutive rounds who are the entry pack, who have actually been able to find some very decent space. And we're talking about, well, slaps and screams. We're now shattering some dreams because Vitality have actually gone all in here. They're not taking a save. The lost bonus, it doesn't buy them that option.
Jesus.
This game is on right now.
Yeah, like Donkey Kong. And ZywOo, the gorilla, standing in the way. Well, that kind of screws your options for a while. Buying some time, and they've repositioned off of that. Neofrag doesn't want to take any too many risks. With that molly up on Divider as well, options are limited, but the setup has been reformatted. You've got 4 leaning on this side, and that's a lot of faith. If Apex goes down, it's a free round.
And it will probably be a save, right? So this stack has to pay off, or likely we see a save or look for exits.
I mean, you can see from the bomb as well, like OG have no intention to go blindly anywhere. They've spread themselves out, spread in their Zerg creep.
But that's a B holder. That's a B defender.
Down.
Okay, so as soon as you know that it's a B defender in upper bathrooms,
you're
going to have a look towards B.
Here they come. Couple of flashes and they're on their way. It's wide open. Ready for the taking. Apex. He's not even there. Not occupying the site at all. It's just a free, the path of least resistance taken. Fiku has the site and now he can have the spray. Good flash. Oh, and a good frag from dupree. As Dexter's onto ZywOo in response. Another from Dexter on that AWP. He's asking someone else to plant. I can't fault him either. 25 seconds, but ready for the flank. niko aware and deals with Spinx. That could have been a disrupting force. And now a 2 versus 3 with 15 seconds left. They do need to just accept defeat. Concede as a 12th in the bank for OG. Now, how many rounds does that make it total? This is their 6th T round. They have to match, or best, the 9-round haul of Vitality. But saving these rifles will at least enable them to have something of a voice to voice their concerns in the next.
It got close, right? But Dexter, this was huge. This was huge from him because this is a round. But actually, to be fair, this is where the guy does his best work. Yeah. When the heat is on, when they're coming at him, that's when he tends to absolutely dismantle his opponent. And this is a real close game now. Just 2 rounds the difference. But it's more about the financial situation that Vitality finds himself in here. That is the reason that there's a conversation to be had. These 2 save rifles will buy them a competitive round in the next. But then after that, it starts to get a little bit fruity and a little bit funky because they have to take a relatively lighter purchase here, right? They can't invest too much behind these saved guns because they need to buy into the next round. But even then, there's not going to be an AWP available, right? So the next gun round they have is not going to have all the bells and whistles.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So it's essentially, you know, it's not, even though you're at 14, you're not comfortable. You know, you're not sitting there brimming with confidence. See what they can get done with these 2 rifles. OG. As we've discussed, you know, they haven't had the best state of affairs, but that win in the previous round with just the pistols has really put Vitality into a tailspin.
Now, the interest for Vitality is over towards B right now. They were trying two different maneuvers. This little boost here you can see with dupreeh, and they were also trying to run boost Magisk over in towards the monster position. But all the action is really over towards A, and the closest member of Vitality is ZywOo in connector right now with this Deagle. So OG have done a great job of calling around this. I think they've realized there wasn't going to be an AWP, meaning long. They can stretch their legs. You can now see the utility being deployed. A nice little set there from niko. And ZywOo well in the open. He has been spotted, so that will be communicated. He's hightailing it straight into Dexter's line of sight. Oh, okay.
Kind of cool.
Well, they know where he is. He couldn't get too far. Flames can't really go address long, right? Because he has to worry about bathrooms in case ZywOo pivots back. So this is up to Dexter to try and read this play, and I don't think he will.
Exactly. Like you can see that little, he has just enough information if ZywOo does have a peek. Not anymore, he doesn't. And Dexter's going for this clear, which leads to a ZywOo opportunity.
Oh,
okay.
You don't see that every day of the week,
You don't, but the brain on his reposition gave him that opportunity.
Yes.
You know, didn't quite convert it. A very rare miss from ZywOo's Deeg, a couple of sitters gone awry.
I'm just trying to do the maths on this, right? So even if dupreeh and Apex
get one with
there
USP, could it make a difference?
Even if dupreeh saves this AK, right, you're only going to get 2,400 added on here, which is only going to get him up to, what are we talking here, 4,600. So he's $150 short of an AWP. So there'll be no ZywOo AWP. There will be no ZywOo AWP here. And what this means is, well, a full rifle round, which is going to still be lacking a little bit of utility. Like, these are sub-optimal buys, and we are at the home stretch right now. The loss bonus isn't there for OG either, so it is great for them to have so much cash in the coffers for at least one more buy, even if they lose a subsequent round. And they're doing the quad boost again, Alex.
Oh, Magisk would be so mad if it happened again. It's actually Apex this time, and he's gone safely.
Trey was really telling me...
I puckered. I'll be honest, I puckered. I've tried to play it off. Alrighty.
This is actually a good call from Vitality on the defense because dupreeh's pushed out in towards water. He's got Apex baiting for him on the jump, and Spinx is also in connector with the door blown off. So it's the clear for dupreeh's hard if you're OG coming out, unless dupreeh oversteps the mark here. Magisk playing barrel, and ZywOo, well, we already know that he was basically playing A on his own in a lot of the T side gun rounds. Now it'd be the same on the CT side, but look at this. Neofrag has actually done a great job on this lurk. A very good job on this lurk.
That's good util, though. It's going to buy time for this ZywOo hold to pay off. Oh, ZywOo's going to get played. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Gets the shot. Neofrag hits it.
But what do you do now? Do you go back?
I think you wait. Just cut noise, and then as the rotate starts, Apex is left. The side, Magus now doesn't have the support, doesn't have the head, no help at all. And you walk on in to a wide open site. Molly, perfect, smokes in, util dumped, and there's nothing to be done. Vitality lose it all, bar dupreeh. And with a tud of their tongue, they realize that this, what felt like a bit of a putting green after a 9-6 half. You think you're coming in just to walk it across the line, and instead, OG. And Dexter in particular, who seems to be heating on up, Flames with his aggressive maneuvers as well. And now OG starting to seize the lead. Vitality have got very limited resources on the majority.
I love the smile on Kakafu's face here. He's real hype for the boys, but they have done a lot of hard work. And look, I said I didn't think that the Dexter saved AWP round with the kill onto Magisk with the quad boost and then dupreeh over picking the mark was going to be the downfall. But what that did to Vitality's cash is put them in some really rough spots because they bought back and they won in the next, but then they lost to Mac 10s. And then they had pistols and oh dear, this one is sweaty business now. That is the final timeout called. They are in the hurt locker, Vitality.
I mean, their only way out is going to be some heroics either in this one. They have to save their schmeckles. It's going to be what? Deagle, CZ, a 5-7, a pistol of their preference up against every single bell and whistle known to the OG roster, even treating themselves to a Tech 9 at this stage in the game.
This would be the most gut-punching moment for OG if they lost a round like this and they ended up losing 16-14 because they've had to work hard for this. And again, on the T side, we've seen some really good T sides today on Overpass. Came in with the whole conversation point about it being a very CT-sided map, and well, we've been proven wrong at every turn so far. That's what makes the stats more interesting, right? If it's traditionally one way, what's going on to cause the other is Dupree. On short, makes a jump, almost takes his silencer off. Some might say he's feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect embodiment. Okay, niko, a big headshot delivered. And Spinx hoping that they go underlooked or chance on that headshot. Fiku with a cover. This is perfect from OG.
Damn.
I mean, what a turnaround. We are seeing the full 30, no doubt about it, but...
And I can tell you, as a matter of fact, close your ears if you don't want a spoiler on that B-Stream game, but that is over. 3, 2, 1. Cloud9 took them down 16-8. So the winner of this will be taking on Cloud9 in the following match. And the winner of that will lock themselves in for the playoffs. Well, semi-final or quarter-final possible, but still you would be expecting this to be Vitality. They're on that ramp in towards Paris, and right now they're on the ramp on the way out of this, being wheeled out. On a gurney, on a stretcher.
Not comfortable at all. ZywOo. They're coming for you. And he's got nothing to report. Kakafu going to be happy with that one. And one final round, whether it's regulation or overtime, remains to be seen.
Dude, this
Vitality,
is both
dude.
pistols
They lost,
for Vitality.
Exactly.
Both pistols.
I mean, it depends which way you want to frame it. In my mind, you could say OG, with losing both pistols.
Precisely.
And still looking to close in regulation. And the credit definitely to be handed out equally to the individuals. I think niko's been calling a T side around this.
Dexter's had some impact.
Dexter's brought together a first blood.
But the reaction now is really difficult. You can't just spring in towards B here because you expect 2, maybe 3. They do want to hit it. Flames needs to find the opening here, and they might get Apex.
Oh God, he's wiggling, he's jiggling. He's got to get his nades out of his pockets. They send Dexter in. I just give you dare. Dexter should and hasn't hit the shot. He's lucky to be alive here. A second chance.
Oh, wow.
That's going to leave their ears ringing. Fiku and Flames swallow shrapnel.
And look where Spinx is during all of this. That opening kill on Neofrag has allowed him to stay forward the entire time. There is really no way back unless they head up through Connector, and then they'll have to deal with ZywOo on the top of the A site. This is looking like overtime.
OT, OT. Unless Dexter's got more. I like this. He could have one. Could, doesn't. Magus holds a nerve. Dupree as well on the tunnel. And Vitality looking to at least survive. I think for them, definitely going to be a bit of a sigh of relief. Hold on. Yeah, Flanks has solved the mystery.
30 seconds.
Fiku doesn't have the health for this one. Locked on, sprayed down. Spinx hits it with a wall bang, so that's pretty. But we are off to overtime. All right. Hoorah.
Yeah, that's the recovery right there, right? We move into OT with 12.5k. So this is the thing. If you're OG, you're going to feel like you could have closed it, but you did a great job into drawing this all the way back to a competitive matchup here. There was a few slip-ups from Vitality, but OG had to force those. It's not like they were unforced errors. There were a couple of blunders, sure, but you still have to convert those frags. And OG, now that they found their way into OT, still had 3 timeouts up their sleeve. They're going to call their second right now. So Kakafu with the chance to set the record straight here and say, look, boys, look, this is what was working. This is where we can look for that damage. And that was a stylish way for Spinx to finish off regulation.
Whew, okay, well, everyone's going to be pulling up their socks and readying themselves for war.
Indeed, indeed. But this is where now the advantage goes back to Vitality. It's a bit of a reset in that regard.
I agree, right up until they immediately do the boost and Dexter gets another kill.
But the reason I say that is because it wasn't financially stable for Vitality in that late stretch, and now they get 12.5.
Yeah, and we actually get a ZywOo warp.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
There's no emissions in the buy, you're not working with SMGs, you're not lacking any U2, you've got plenty of defuse kits. That's where the change-up is.
I'm with you.
OG were in control of a lot of the financial decisions.
It turns out your economy kind of gets screwed when you lose to 4 Glocks and an AWP.
Yeah. Who would have thunk it? Okay, well, they've allowed the Danes to be the 2 to lock down B here. Spinx is forward with Apex towards long. ZywOo in the bathrooms. Neofrag having a look. And, well, last time he went solo, he didn't last very long.
Yeah, a little bit lighter on B this time. Apex trying to support long.
Yeah, and that's where the dramas could come in. Dupree and Magisk have been a little bit rough around the edges in some of these duels.
Yeah, and I don't know if I fancy their chances on the Dexter's clear. Now, for sure, he's just posting for now. Neofrag and Fiku were investigating that toilet side, or at least showing some presence. Spinx is actually quite active here early.
Oh.
I didn't see him.
Oh.
Didn't see him.
But look where Apex is currently glancing to. Yeah, he is.
Okay. Oh, okay. Should be fine. And is Neofrag Core unable to pull the trigger?
And they know it's the lurk, so they know where everyone else is.
Problem solved, or at least not the round, but certainly the information.
Well, they have no time to go back either. So at this point, they're boxed in.
You're forced in. You're forced in, and you're going to give it your best shot, the best shake of the stick. ZywOo's here, should have at least anyone that braves the pillar peak. Still lets the first one go. The bomb should go down. Nice work from niko. Flank from Spinx. Flames already caught. This is big now. The flank should have everything covered. Only Fiku and Dexter not really got much they can say or do about this one.
Just defuse. He can smoke this. GG. No, not GG. GG for the round.
GR.
Yeah, good round. But Dexter here, he's going to go down. A missed shot. Apex will scoop him up, but there wasn't a lot of chances for Dexter in that situation. He wasn't in a power position with the AWP to get a lot done there, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, and actually that two-man long setup ended up really profiting. It was round defining.
Yeah, and like Apex to be aware that that was a possibility was great as well. So really good stuff here. And yeah, the thing is, they have to make sure that Spinx can't go on these flanks anymore. I know he didn't have a huge amount of impact in the kill feed in that round, but he definitely did with the information. So if they don't do like a three-man A press, they might have a couple of dramas. I think they got stuck there on Dexter lining up some util. So a little bit lighter or later on their push towards A right now. Oh, Spinx again, connected this time.
Yeah, he's heating up. I think that close, he's starting to hit every shot he takes, and so is ZywOo. Re-clearing, ready for Dexter. Neofrag in front of him. That no-scope was coming. He was cooking it up in the lab, just couldn't get it out in time. So one back, but a 2v4.
Yeah, split second longer there, and yeah, would have had that one in
it
the
felt
belly.
like there was some hang time on that. Like Neofrag was just drawing a pretty picture before he hit that shot.
Went slow-mo.
There's a chance. An opportunity was presented to Flames, but Spinx should have the rest. And yeah, we talk about him. 27 now for Spinx. And you highlighted it. Those two individuals, when they are both on, it puts Vitality in a real comfortable spot. I'm talking velvet cushions. I'm talking, I don't know, calming music, incense burning.
We got a bit of a technical timeout here in OT. You don't love to see that.
I think he might have just slapped so hard he pulled his headphones out. That's the death from hit this one here. I think that bothered him. Okay. I think that bothered him.
Yeah. Could have done, or should have done. That's that right. As I mentioned, you know, the whole momentum has shifted to this. Like OG as part of the comeback, that was great. I think they had to get it done in regulation.
Yeah, well, they did have a pretty close attempt.
This is interesting. I think OG are going to run a similar round, and Neofrag is going to try and take Jules towards A with a Krieg. Because, well, that's what he's invested into here. Might feel like he's inadequate in taking some of those fights, especially with ZywOo patrolling. But ZywOo's actually going to start over towards B here.
That's an interesting deviation from the norm. Spinx throws his nade to no success, and 4 out the playground. They're not playing any games. Look at this, very quick, and taking all of that space. So, I mean, I'm sure this is something Spinx will be accounting for, like in his internal timer.
He is playing very site-centric here. So he won't hear any footsteps now. I think they cut. Oh, he's talking a lot, actually. He's talking a lot. Maybe he did catch a footstep.
Yeah, they're coming. ZywOo, Apex, the cavalry. Canter to his aid. Nade. Looks good. Back was turned. Neofrag slipped the net. Huge impact on the Krieg. A double entry for Neofrag. OG trying to post 1T round. MR3. It's going to make the difference. It can and very much could make the difference.
Probably should right now as well. Dupree, Magisk, and Apex all going to retake from CT spawn. Apex gets one on the fade of the smoke.
Something more, perhaps. The double Danes coming in as well. Util present. Those smokes can be utilized, be very useful on the way in. Apex trying to provide it. Fiku spotted out. They know where at least one of them are. Good spray, good frags. OG, they will take one. And that's probably par for the course. No complaints there. A 2-to-1 split in the first attacking attempt of OG.
Considering how good both of these T sides have been in this game, which have come through, you know, breaking them and winning some good rounds, yeah, I think the 2-1 scoreline probably, yeah, you're bang on par for the course considering how this game has unfolded so far. Now, it feels like such a long time since we saw OG on that CT side. Right, they were doing 3-man A setups at the start of rounds. They would have Neofrag, Dexter, and Flames together. But now it looks a little bit more traditional here.
A lot of early utility, but...
Well, it is different on the T side because Spinx and ZywOo were working water together when we were mainly noting ZywOo over towards playground. They did this a couple of times, but It wasn't the traditional approach.
Got some util out of them with the sound cue. Nice work, Spinx, a geek, as they all are. And all that nades just siphoning through. You can see, look at how quickly OG have started to run light on resources. And you look at the contrast on the other side of your screens, Vitality still got a pretty healthy coffer full of nades.
It does just look like it's going to be a bit of a B execute here. I'm aware that there's still a minute on the clock, but with just how they're posturing and leaning and where the bomb is, they're just allowing dupreeh to play forward here. So Lurk Smoke lobbed out front side. You can see Dexter will exchange one of his own here, and that's to isolate the amount of angles he has to worry about temporarily. Neofrag will start to clamp on down, but here comes the B pressure.
3 of them here, and niko's already dispatched of 1. Flame's good for his duel as well, so clean start for OG's defense.
Neofrag's basically won the round with his position. Yeah, that should be it. 30 seconds. Apex, how can you even go back to A?
He's having a go.
It's 25 seconds.
I guess he hopes Magus gets like 2 kills and sells the whole thing, but yeah, unfortunately not. Neofrag does go down, but I imagine Dexter and Flames will be very set up for the time he arrives with 14 seconds left and a nade in his hands. It's locked on in, and Kakafu happy with that one.
Okay, well, it wasn't anything mega direct out of Vitality. Right? They didn't go anywhere really early and kind of force a fight. They did have the map control that they were hoping for, sure, but OG didn't wince. And this was some good opening kills to defend this B bomb site. niko with 1, Flames playing off of that contact, great stuff. And as I mentioned, Neofrag, his position, him being that little slippery slug around the A side of the map is causing some real issues on CT and T sides for Vitality here today.
Dexter's going for an early aggressive maneuver, but thinks better of it after the tilt. It's niko as well, giving it a good go.
Round the corner, blind spamming, and the damage, what?
Okay. Yeah.
Why not?
We'll leave it there. That's something. Spinx, I mean, he's just been BS'd. That's what we call that one in the business. That's the one way to find a nice opening. Vitality now limping with a man disadvantage.
I reckon Kakafu's going to go off his tree if they win this game.
I reckon so too. Neofrag, however, is still vulnerable. If he just jumps, if he dares go for any info, he actually times it all right, but ZywOo will slap him down and that advantage is gone.
But they saw the bomb, so good information here, right? It's going to allow OG to start to set themselves up in this 4-on-4.
That's a good smoke. ZywOo has actually nailed that. If he sows seed of doubt by throwing that on the way out. And he threw that so quickly. None of the fancy lineup on the dot on the floor. He's got that out, and that really screws the pooch on the comms. Look, niko's rotating. Fiku's alone. He's looked the wrong way. Still gets away. Gets Magus. Not another. Oh! Fiku 2, bomb down. OG 418. It should be set. And it certainly is now. ZywOo down on the quick switch. This game delivering.
Yeah, Fiku just mopping the floor with them right there. That is huge stuff. And he got caught off completely. He gets 3 massive kills. And now, dupreeh, the last man standing, no time for this. They may as well hold on to the AK. They know where he is. He's given it up. He's really got nothing he can possibly do here. And remember, Vitality, they don't have any timeouts left. I think OG still have 2.
That's an astute observation. Yeah, we forgot about that.
And why give any? Why give any?
True.
You know, don't give them up. You don't have to. OG 1 round away from closing this now. And the frustrations of Vitality, you can see it on the faces.
That Neofrag double Krieg entry could be the reason they leave with the W here.
It wasn't that ridiculous as well, because it looked like that Spinx had known it was coming. But this was how the round opened. It was ridiculous to start with.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to finish. This Fiku triple, like he turns away, gets shot in the side, misses.
Madness.
And then just, look, he's just chilling. Like Apex trying to trade desperately. And the third is beautiful.
Fiku, mate. That could be it, lads. Neofrag, he's feeling it. He wants it, and he's going to take it. 1 and done. ZywOo good to keep it a 4-on-4. A nice trade back, but still things are going to heat up here at Monsters Tunnel. Fiku, you don't have to go on this.
Yeah, but why the hell not?
Okay, Apex giving him a taste of their own medicine. It does convert, but he hit the dink onto that one. Now the ult from Dexter. 3-on-3. An interesting state of play. This is going to be fun to dig our teeth into. Whether it's the last round of play remains to be seen.
I think Flames' decision-making here is going to dictate an awful lot. He's just decided to stick and divided right now. So there's a lot of gaps across the map. There's a lot of time left. But look at Dexter. He's the man who's taking the risk here. niko's just taking down Spinx for free. That extra damage is done. And Apex is on your screen. He's on your screen. He's taking him down finally. They need to get the bomb. They're going to scoop it up.
But what now? Flames has got the decision to make. Does he just play to contain, or does he play to support niko? He's got two heading his way. niko's actively fighting, contesting, and Apex bests him. Now it's all on to Flames, or we go again. The Israeli, solid form. And now he has to close. Man disadvantage in the clutch.
They smoke short as well. They're not planning just yet. He can't just run on in here. He still has to take his time, but will they consider this flank?
Molly on Apex. He's just going to do dry, and now a 1v1. Can ZywOo save him? Can ZywOo secure an opportunity for more? Oh, he cannot! Flames! The stone phase as he does close! I thought it was curtains as they forced overtime. Vitality on the ropes, battered and bloody, but 12.5k. They get all the bells and whistles. Neofrag gets that 1T round, and it's OG to take the best of one.
Every player on your screen right there found impact throughout that map. What?